What up, family? Thank you for joining us on the Sports Coma TSC Flash Report, breaking down the Saints position groups. We're in report number 3. This report is called TSC Breakdown the Saints running back room. We're breaking down the Saints running back room. And what's interesting about the Saints running back room this time around is that we have a lot of talented running backs. Now, of course, Alvin Kamara is there. In the final year of his contract, the Saints have went beyond free agency. Actually, the draft and early portions of free agency, we're going into the second layers of free agency. As the Saints have not elected to re-up with Alvin Kamara, we anticipate that will come at some point. But he is the top and featured back of the Saints rushing attack. Behind him is big back Latavius Murray, who felt in for Alvin Kamara when he went out a stretch of games that ultimately he had a lot of good success with the Saints, averaging 4 and 5 yards a carry. My only gripe about that was he should have gotten the ball a lot more. Although I understand the Saints want to feature Alvin Kamara like they did early on in the season where Kamara was running really well. Before he got injured in the Rams game, everything kind of changed. Latavius Murray picked up the slack. He ran angry. He ran tough. I think it's a Kamara and Murray should be a combination deal. Not saying close to what Mark Ingram is, because I don't know if you will ever be able to do that again. But Latavius Murray definitely deserves more reputations than what he's getting in his former year. He's a big, powerful running back that needs to get that work. Alvin, you could also have the imagination to play both Saints, Kamara and Murray on the same field at the same time, when you can line Murray back up at the running back position and basically spread Kamara out into the slot as a wide receiver. He has many different applications that you can utilize, and I hopefully that Sean Payton and the offensive-minded brass will kind of use their imaginations more to get these players on the field together at the same time. So Kamara, who kind of looked a little bad as the season went on, still made a Pro Bowl, which to my chagrin, I think it should have came with an asterisk. But he did get the Pro Bowl again. And Latavius Murray was the second leading rusher on the team behind Kamara by 120 something yards. He was just behind him in rushing. So I think Latavius does deserve the right to get the ball more. Hopefully Sean Payton gives him the ball more. That's been the major sticking point with the Great Saints think tank and all of the black and gold families across the plane, is the fact that Sean Payton needs to balance his running attack a little bit more. What's the purpose of having power and bull backs like Latavius Murray and guys like Dwayne Washington if you don't choose, or do you not elect to use these men? And of course, going into the next layer of it, behind Latavius Murray and Alvin Kamara is Ty Montgomery. Now, of course, Ty Montgomery makes the jump over Dwayne Washington because of the experience that Ty Montgomery brings. He's a guy that's a wide receiver by trade, but can play the running back position. He's a wide receiver with a running back's mentality is pretty much what it is. He's not afraid of catches. He's not afraid to make the difficult catches. He's also a guy that does play special team as well. So this guy is very interesting for so many ways because he has the ability to be able to line up as a running back. He has some elusive potential, but he also has a lot of power where he can run over you. So this is really interesting to see just how well this guy can get it done. He's a late signing by the Saints, by the way, and I absolutely love his versatility. I would love the fact that you can line him up at the slot position as well. You can put him in the slot. You can play him at the running back position, and he also can kick return and punt return for you. That, to me, puts him a little higher than Dwayne Washington based upon his productivity that he had with Green Bay. I think Ty Montgomery would be a fantastic addition to the Saints offense. Now, behind him is Dwayne Washington, who we're very familiar with. Dwayne Washington, north-south runner with a lot of power, averages about 5 yards a carry. He is a tremendous force. Like I said, entirely underused in the Saints running back situation, which I think Ty Montgomery fits more of the skill set to get on the field. Even if the Saints have not found a decent slot man, Ty Montgomery can be a slot wide receiver for you. He can catch the ball. Like I said, he's not afraid to go across the middle and make difficult catches. He's elusive enough. He can break tackles as well. He's a fantastic option. Dwayne Washington can play special teams, has done a good job on the special teams roster. North-south power runner, similar to Latavius Murray, very underutilized in the Saints offense. So we'll see exactly how they play. But as far as Ty Montgomery is concerned, I think he has the upper leg on Dwayne Washington, and we'll just have to monitor the situation. Barring injury, it could be interesting. Then, of course, behind those guys, you got Tupan Mozelle, who's a undrafted guy that's on the roster. He is a guy that is a pretty much a lone shot. A lone shot. He was on the practice squad last year. He has good speed and a watch footed on Mazel. Good speed, good elusiveness, but we'll see if he can actually stick and stay. He might be a practice squad player. Tony Jones Jr., who the Saints picked up from Notre Dame, north-south runner, power back, a lot more elusive than what he looks, can also catch the ball out the backfield. Very intriguing pick. The Saints picked up one running back in the undrafted group, and usually you have to watch the Saints undrafted running backs that they pick up. Kyrie Robinson and the rest of them. I go on and on and on about some of these guys: Chris Ivory, Kyrie Robinson, P.R. Thomas, and so on and so forth. The Saints have always made their bones about finding undrafted running backs that make the team, and this kid could be it. Very talented, north-south runner, one-cut runner, can't catch the ball out the backfield, needs a little bit work. He knows how to use his stiff arm. He's not a complete, totally. He needs to brush up on his game some, but he is a guy that can lay it into you. He's a guy that can lower his shoulder and run into you. He can also be a little elusive. I love the use of he uses his stiff arms, but he's a really good power runner as well. And we usually like guys like that. We'll see if the Saints will keep young Tony Jones Jr. on the roster. We'll see. It's a very deep roster. Once again, Ty Montgomery makes it look so much better in having a back behind Latavius Murray and Alvin Kamara. That experience and that versatile is absolutely scary. What the Saints can do with that. And of course, let's go to the fullbacks. Two fullbacks on the active roster for the Saints. Number one guy, of course, last year's Rick Ortiz, who the Saints picked up. He was a former Atlanta Falcon. He played scantily for the Saints last year in the fullback capacity because mostly he didn't know the complete playbook. But now that Zach Lyon is retired, we'll have a new fullback this year. And of course, the other guy that the Saints picked up was Mike Burton. Now, Burton comes from the Chicago Bears. He's more of a thumper fullback, one of those old school fullbacks. He can catch the ball a little bit. He might surprise you with his thing, but he has a little bit more experience than Ortiz does. In my opinion, he was here last year as well, competing with Zach Lyon. When Lyon retired, he has an opportunity to come back and win that starting job over Ricky Ortiz, and a lot of people's putting their money on Burton. So that's the running back room, fullbacks included, coming from this video from TSC Reports. I just want to say that I really like this running back room a lot. I like the versatility, especially the fact that Ty Montgomery represents that versatility behind Latavius Murray, Alvin Kamara. I absolutely love that. And it is possible the Saints can keep 4 running backs and 1 fullback on the active roster. They've done it before, and they could do it again. We'll just have to see how it shakes out. I'm Big Q. Thank you for joining us for TSC Reports as we break down the Saints running room. Our next breakdown will cover the tight end. So subscribe, like, share the videos, and if you want to join the platform, please feel free to go to our Great Saints Think Tank Facebook group. Join it. It is the link is in the description section below. Check out the merch that we have to support the platform as well. Donation links and everything is in the description section below. Thank you for joining us. Who that to?
Perfect.